Take a breath. Picture someone leaning back, closing their eyes and letting their mouth stretch wide into a long, deep yawn. Once that reflex starts, it is impossible to stop. We typically associate the response with exhaustion, assuming that a dropping jaw is a signal that our bodies are ready for sleep. This spontaneous action is actually an ancient piece of biological hardware. We can trace the behavior all the way back to the evolution of jawed fishes, roughly 400 million years ago. While individual yawning is a hardwired vertebrate function, researchers are focused on the mechanism that allows it to spread from person to person. For decades, a popular theory suggested we yawn to draw extra oxygen into the bloodstream. Extensive research has proven that false. Breathing and yawning rely on entirely different mechanisms. Instead, a spontaneous yawn helps regulate your internal state during a transition, like waking up. It promotes alertness by pulling cool air in, which actively lowers the temperature of the brain. Internal cooling explains the individual benefit, yet highly social animals like lions and chimpanzees evolved to mirror that same action across the pack. To figure out the mechanics of this contagion, researchers looked at non-conscious mimicry. It's a fixed action pattern where we observe a behavior and automatically copy it without realizing it. The hardware driving this copycat maneuver relies on a specific set of brain cells, known as mirror neurons, which fire when we watch someone else perform an action. These fMRI scans show the neurological reality of that mimicry. When a subject watches someone else yawn, this region lights up. Once mirror neurons fire, they issue a biological command, overriding conscious control, forcing our bodies to physically comply. These scans show the neurological trigger, but they don't explain why we evolved to mirror this specific action in the first place. Moving beyond neurobiology, scientists started analyzing the social relationships of the yawners, exploring what is called the empathy yawn. Behavioral data reveals a clear pattern. Contagious yawning happens at a significantly higher frequency among close friends and family members than it does around complete strangers. This emotional link crosses species lines. If you yawn around your dog, they yawn back, a reflexive response they don't show nearly as often to people they don't know. Human development timelines back this up. Children do not start catching yawns until they are around 4 or 5 years old, matching the exact developmental stage when they learn to identify the emotions of others. Catching a yawn is a measurable indicator of emotional connection, demonstrating empathetic processing within a pack. If a yawn signals a drop in arousal, spreading that state of vulnerability to every member of the group should leave the entire pack exposed to danger. Evolutionary biologist Andrew Gallup studied this contradiction. His research suggests that contagious yawns don't spread fatigue. They actually synchronize the group to increase collective vigilance. To test this, researchers timed how fast human subjects could identify threatening visual stimuli, like snakes hidden in an array of images. Immediately after watching a video of someone yawning, the subject's ability to detect the hidden snake rapidly improved. The contagious yawn acts as a biological alarm system. When one member of a group shows signs of diminished arousal, the rest of the pack catches the yawn to actively heighten the alertness of the group. We can now piece these mechanisms together. A contagious yawn is a multi-layered tool that cools the individual brain, relies on deep empathetic connection, and maintains collective security. Catching a yawn from a stranger on the subway is an ancient social ritual, a behavior far more complex than simple shared boredom. You're executing a reflex refined over 400 million years, designed to heighten the awareness of your community and keep the pack alive. Take a second to check your own physical state right now. Have you started yawning?